we are honored to be joined by Dr. Teik Lim, who is the president of New Jersey Institute of Technology. Good to see you, Mr. President.
Steve, it's great engaging you today. Thank you for having me here today.
You got it. Now, you are, in fact, the 9th president of NJIT. Dr. Joel Bloom, the previous president, also a member of our board of trustees at the Caucus Educational Corporation. We've had a chance, you and I have had a chance to talk offline. What is the biggest change from your background in Texas? You were, in fact, a higher ed leader at the University of Texas at Arlington, the leader there. Biggest difference between Texas and New Jersey is?
The weather. Of course, right. This is a much better weather here. You know, I love fall season. In fact, Steve, before I moved to Texas, I lived most of my life in the US, in Ohio. And in Ohio, a wonderful fall season, just like New Jersey. So I'm back to my sort of my old stomping ground in terms of weather.
Got it, got it. I want to also make clear that the NJIT, New Jersey Institute of Technology, is one of our higher ed partners. Dr. Lim, let me ask you, what do you see as the most pressing issues in the world of higher education, particularly as the college age, I don't even know what that means anymore, but the population going to college appears to be declining? Doctor?
Right, yeah. You know, I think the most pressing issue that higher institutions like NJIT and many others are facing, is to reimagine itself on what tertiary education, what higher education means. You know, traditionally, you have the first-time, full-time college students that everybody try to attract. But today, in my mind, education is a lifelong process. When we award a degree to a student, we don't want the students to go off and never engage us at all. We want the student to come back to NJIT time and again for upskilling, reskilling. When they want to make a change in their professional career, they would come back and get advice from us. We want to be like a one-stop shop for all of our graduates for the rest of their career life. And I think institution that does that well, and also institution that embrace digital technology in doing that, I think will flourish down the road. That's, to me, is the most critical issue that are facing us today. What is higher education today? That's the question.
Dr. Lim, I'm curious about this. With the digital revolution that we're experiencing, with COVID accelerating, if you will, the digital revolution, with so much work being done like this, what opportunities does that present for a university like NJIT?
Oh, the opportunity is plentiful. As you just say, we're going through a digital revolution. Now, let me take a step back. Traditionally, higher ed institution, move on a geological time scale, you know. But once a while, there will be events, or incidents that happen that leapfrog us into a future. The pandemic, although we never wish for it because many people suffer, but the pandemic, the silver lining underneath the pandemic, is that it propels higher ed far out into the future. It will take us years to get here. And that future, is this digital revolution that is occurring. So institutions that make full use of this digital revolution that's going on, that embrace digital technology into everything that we do, teaching, learning, research, engagement with industry. If you incorporate that, into our day-to-day operation here, our strategic plan, I think we will flourish. So what that means, is traditionally, we think of the way you engage a university, you have to be here 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday.
Right.
But with digital technology, it removes this constraint of space and time. We need to be like the Amazon of the higher ed, in the sense that you go to Amazon and buy something. You don't think about where Amazon is. And we want people from East Coast, West Coast, around the world to engage NJIT anytime, any place. That's the critical role of in my mind, higher ed.
Dr. Lim, let me follow up on this. And I've taught at the higher ed level in several places, one of them being NJIT. I taught a leadership course several years ago. That was all in person because it was pre-pandemic. I've also taught in hybrid situations and fully remote. Question, it's not about my teaching, but Professor Dr. Lim, you've taught, you understand teaching. The massive difference between in-person and remote. But are we saying now, listen, you've got to be able to engage people regardless of what the platform? I know it's a loaded question. Go ahead, Teik.
To a degree, that is correct. We need to use the best platform to engage students and people. In some instances, it has to be in person. In some instances, it's online. In like what we're doing now, we're doing it online and it works effective. So it depends on the scope, it depends on the area of discipline, and it depends on what we're trying to do. So I think we need to embrace all modality that includes in-person, converge. Converge means that we're bringing, folks from anywhere around the world into the classroom physically, digitally, with physical presence of students here, and then also online. So we need to embrace all this modality to be able to effectively deliver the education that we provide, make it available, accessible to as many people as possible.
I'm glad you raised that. In the minute we have left, Mr. President, affordability, accessibility of higher education with costs being what they are. There's no one solution, but your thoughts on that moving forward. Got about a minute left.
Well, we need to be an institution, that is both affordable and attractable. Those two goes hand in hand. And clearly, we cannot continue to increase tuition and put on the backs of students, for the support of this institution. We need to diversify our revenue sources. And one way to do that, is to create external engagement with industry, corporations, and whatnot, so that we are able to partner, create mutually beneficial partnership that would allow us to continue our mission, which is to educate students, get them out there, become the best version of themselves when they leave here, and be an impactful, productive citizen of society.
That is Dr. Teik Lim, president, the 9th president of New Jersey Institute, the New Jersey Institute of Technology. Dr. Lim, to you and the NJIT family, we wish you all the best. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you, Steve. It's been great to have a conversation with you.
It will not be the last. I'm Steve Adubato. That's Teik Lim. We'll see you next time.
State of Affairs with Steve Adubato is a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation. Funding has been provided by the Turrell Fund, supporting Reimagine Childcare, the New Jersey Economic Development Authority, Choose New Jersey, NJ Best, IBEW Local 102, Veolia, New Jersey Sharing Network, New Brunswick Development Corporation, Englewood Health, and by these public-spirited organizations, individuals, and associations committed to informing New Jersey citizens about the important issues facing the Garden State. And by Employers Association of New Jersey. Promotional support provided by CIANJ and Commerce Magazine. And by Insider NJ.
It only gets better when we stand together to tough through and get by. Even though it's harder than ever, we're gonna make it. Long as we don't break it, just do right. There's no sides. We must know it's part of forever. It only gets better.